Okay, so Myles Powell, is he an NBA player or isn't he an NBA player? All right, I see a lot of guys with mixed reviews about him. I see a lot of scouts with mixed reviews about him. Recently this week, I saw Dwayne Wade and Nick Young chime in on the conversation about how he's not a lottery pick. He's won all these accolades, and how is he not rated higher? All right, so right now I'm gonna put on my GM hat, and I'll show you the strengths and weaknesses of Myles Powell's game and what NBA scouts are looking at when they're critiquing him. And at the end of this video, I'll tell you, in my opinion, if I think he's a NBA player or not. All right, so let's go through it. Go through a couple of highlights so we can break down Myles Powell. So to start, the guy Kevin Willard from Seton Hall, he runs beautiful sets, like beautiful sets. All right. To start, so as you see, Myles Powell is undersized. That's the main thing NBA scouts are probably looking at. They're looking at his size, and they're critiquing him on that. All right, but he has a lot of facets to his game that I think a lot of NBA scouts should like. All right, so as you see right here, okay, I'm sorry, they run through the set, okay, and as you see right here, he makes this skip pass. Now, at 6'2", being able to make that skip pass all the way across court, it's a real subtle thing, but this is impressive. This is impressive. At 6'2", being able to make that skip pass across court. That tells me that the kid is highly intelligent. All right. I don't think that was a play at all. I think that was just him using his savviness and his intelligence of the game by making that skip pass. He saw the defense adjust and rotate over to him, and he knew where the outlet was. All right. So just to start, that's something that NBA scouts should look for. Okay. Guys with brains don't grow on trees. All right, with a high IQ, that's hard to come by nowadays. All right, so whenever you could get a guy that can play, and on top of that, he has the intelligence for the game, coaches should value that. All right, not even just value it. It should go off as a check mark. All right, on his skill level. All right, and that should definitely hone into the evaluation. All right. So this next set right here, Myles come off a double stagger. Come off a double stagger. All right. Knocks down a three. Now, the thing that I question about this, now he did this, right? But you see how tight the defense was, right? You see how tight the defense was to him. All right. Now Myles got a lot of lift on his shot. It was a welly. They ran the play extremely well, but look how tight this defender is, right? Now, in the NBA, whole different ball game, right? This is things you got to take into evaluation, right? This is a guy from Butler that's contesting that shot right here. At the NBA level, whoever's chasing Myles Powell, they'll probably be in this area somewhere or even higher, challenging that shot. Will he be able to get that shot off in the NBA? All right, I'm not saying he can't, but it's something you definitely got to take into consideration. All right, and I know NBA scouts are doing that. All right, so just something to think about. Will he be able to get that shot off at the NBA level? All right, just you got to look at all components when you evaluating these guys, and I guarantee you that these NBA scouts are looking at that. All right, they're definitely looking at that. So this next time down, they run another double stagger for Myles. Like I said, this guy Kevin Willard runs really good sets, and I'm gonna talk about that at the end and why that's important for a guy like Myles. So they run another double stagger screen, all right, just to get Myles' attempt. And as you see, what he does, he draws the foul and he kicks his leg out. Kicks his leg out. All right, if you see his foot right here, he kicked it out. The guy's foot ran into him. It wasn't a foul at all, but they called it. All right. Now, another thing. So that shows you that he's savvy, right? That shows you that he's smart and he's savvy. All right, the guy did a great job from Baldwin, from Butler, of trailing him the right way. And he was right there. He was right there. But Myles used his savviness, all right, in order to get the foul. And that's what really good scorers do. Um, it's going to be nights like that where guys are just going to be all over you and there's nothing that you can do, right? And you got to use your savviness and intelligence in order to just get to the foul line. All right, see that ball go in the hoop. That's what Myles brings to the table. Everybody's not blessed with that gift or has the intelligence to do that, right? Kicks his leg out. That's not a foul at all. But Myles makes it look like a foul, right? He getting 3 points at the line. Little subtle things like that is what separates you as an elite scorer. All right, just figuring out how to get to the basket, figuring out how to get those extra points. All right, makes a world of difference. Makes a world of difference. Okay. This right here is what I think coaches should be salivating about. What Myles Powell does right here. As you see, he doesn't have the shot, passes it, relocates, and finds the shot. Now, this this is something you don't see often. This is something you don't see often from any basketball player at any level. All right, a lot of kids, they either need the ball to be dominant in their hands, right? But once they pass the ball is the more important thing. Nobody moves. Nobody moves. This is Steph Curry like, all right, in the sense of he moved directly after he passed the basketball. He moved directly to another spot after he passed the basketball, and look at what that did to the defense. Right? Now his guys behind this dude getting screened. This big man, he has no chance of getting out to him. All because of the constant movement by Myles Powell. That's what NBA scouts, in my opinion, they should be really intrigued about with this kid. All right. If you have question marks about him, I think this would elevate his status a lot by him moving without the basketball. And y'all might look at me like all he did was move to a different spot. You people don't do that. People don't move without the basketball. Everybody wants the ball in their hands and they want to be dominant with it. All right, that's not for everybody. It's a handful of guys in the world at the NBA level that can do that. All right, Myles is smart enough to know I don't need the ball necessarily in my hands to be effective. That was a really good job by him. Really good job. All right, in this next segment, so um, I would, if I'm a scout Myles with a whole bunch of question marks. The main thing for me is, all right, he's 6'2", right? He's 6'3" on his best day, right? Can he be a point guard, or is he just going to be an off the ball scorer, right? At his size, he unless you can score like at an Allen Iverson type of pace, you got to play some point guard at this size. You just have to, right? So if you can't do that, then your value goes down. It's really that much simple. It's really that simple. The more positions you can play, the better off you are as far as your draft status, right? Right here showed me this one simple play right here showed me the kid can play point guard, right? When need be. So he makes this pass again going left. I'm sorry, going right, right? Through this guy creeping over, and that guy was somewhere in the picture. He makes that pass, Myles makes that pass at 6'2", going to his right, and he threw it on a whistle, right? That tells me he can do enough to play point guard, like especially spot minutes or something like that. That shows me he can do enough to play point guard. Again, I think little subtle things like that is what separates you. Little subtle things like that is what separates you from the field, right? Again, the more attributes you can bring to a team, the more, in my eyes, your draft stock should go up. That's just me, right? Like he threw this pass on a whistle, accurate. The big man never left stride. He get to the foul line. Very important play for me personally, right there. Very important seeing that vision like that. All right. Now the last segment is what I think most uh, in my opinion, I think most NBA scouts are concerned about, right, is again his size and him being able to get off his shot, right? I'm sorry, this is not the last segment. The second to last segment. All right, I think this right here is very, very, very important for Myles. So as you see, he leans back a little bit on his shot, and the reason that I'm playing that is I think that component is a huge part of his game, right? Because the reality is he's not going to be able to get shots off whenever he wants at the NBA level. That's just the reality, right? So he's going to have to find a way to make space, right? So if you see, this was what makes him so dangerous. He loves difficult shots, right? So I honestly think he does this on purpose. That's just me. I honestly think he does this on purpose. Now, this shot wasn't that much as far as leaning, but he leans back on his shots a lot. And in my opinion, it's because he needs the space to get it off, right? So the question is, can he do this in the NBA? Can he create this much airspace in the NBA leaning back? All right, because he can make the shot. The kid is a killer. I'm not going to tell you he's not a killer, but can he create this much space in the NBA as he did at the college level? Because for me, looking at him, I coached against him in his conference at Trenton Catholic in high school. He does this a lot. He does this a lot. And if I had to put my money on it, it's because he needs to create space. All right. So again, can he do that at the NBA level is the question. But as you see, at the college level, he didn't have a problem with it at all. All right. So again, just something else to think about when you're evaluating him. If I'm an NBA coach, can he get that off at the NBA level? And the last segment is, I think the most important segment for is Myles Powell an NBA player or not, is this segment right here. Can he create his own shot on his own against elite defenders? Because the reality is, it's the NBA, right? Everybody's bigger, stronger, faster, and more athletic than you see in college. All right. At times, you're just going to have to create a shot on your own. And as you see here, he struggled to do so. All right. He had an isolation. He got a clear lane everywhere. Everybody's going to be pushed out. So he got clear driving lanes everywhere. And as you see, he struggled against a good defender, right? Wasn't falling for the pivot, did a couple moves, and ended up shooting that. That's what I think concerns most NBA scouts, in my opinion. How is he going to be able to get his shot off at a consistent pace? Right? So, for me, in conclusion, do I think that Myles Powell is an NBA player? Yes, I do. All right, for a couple of reasons. Yes, I do. He has innate features that certain teams and certain coaches would love as a coach. What do I mean by that, right? The kid's mental is way stronger than most of the NBA. Way stronger than most in the NBA. Now, a lot of people might not see that as a bonus, but me, I definitely see it as a bonus. All right. Like, he's been through a lot. All right. If you read his articles, he's been through a whole lot. But I think things like that separates him. Yes, he can score, but he's not going to be negatively affected by a missed shot or a turnover. All right. The kid's been through too much in his life. That's nothing. All right. So I think that puts him definitely in the category as far as NBA scouts. It's obvious he can catch fire at any level from deep, right? He's shown that. The point guard skills, right? I think he could play point guard just enough, to be able to get by in the NBA, right? And he's highly intelligent. He's a highly intelligent player. You can't have enough of that at any level of basketball. All right. For me, I see him as a backup point guard, probably that scores, right? He can play a couple possessions playing the point guard, but he'll be off the ball as a backup guard. For a great team and a great system, this is the pivotal part for Myles. If he goes to a great team and a great system, I could see him being a six-man of the year candidate in 4 or 5 years in the NBA. Right? Because he needs space. This guy, Kevin Willard, he did a great job of having space for him and moving him a lot. All right, not having him be ball dominant. If he goes to a bad team with a bad system where they just want him to go and score like he did in college, he probably won't succeed. All right, he probably won't succeed. So I'm praying that this kid goes to a good situation because he has the intelligence, he has the toughness to go through anything, go through anything. And if you put him in a system that's conducive to his style of play, sky's the limit for this kid. You know, so I see a lot of Dwayne Wade and Nick Young chiming in. How is he not a lottery pick? How is he not top five? None of that stuff matters to me. Is he an NBA player? And if he gets a chance in the NBA, he's going to succeed, in my opinion. He's going to succeed because he has that much mental toughness. All right, and he deserves it. You know, so subscribe to the channel, like the comment, comment below. Hit the comment, hit the subscribe button on the bottom right hand corner. Any comments is warranted. It's all good. Talk to you guys soon.